This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of MSPN Digital Television and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of MSPN Digital Television.
To the broadcast booth for the pregame show on MSPN Digital Television.
All right, it's cooled off. We're under a cloudy sky and some sprinkles. You heard me. Looking at the hour-by-hour forecast, nothing but cloudies and no rain, but that's North Dakota weather for you. You don't know what to expect. 73 degrees right now. They're introducing the starting lineups. We got those starting lineups and much more as Game 4 of the 2025 North Dakota State AA Legion Baseball Tournament starts in 60 seconds.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, they just went through the Minot starting laps. Now they're going through the West Fargo lineups. Let's go through those lineups for you here for Minot. Batting top of the order, 1, 2, 3. Shortstop number 6, Trey Stewart. Catcher number 3, Kellen Burke. And pitcher number 8, Brody Mueller. The middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6. Right fielder number 18, Braden Nelson. First baseman number 16, Carson Deaver. And the left fielder number 11, Oliver DeChamp. The bottom of the order at 7, 8, 9 the second baseman, number 15, Drew Jordan. Center fielder, number 1, Mason Stewart. And the third baseman, number 5, Tegan Schindler. That rounds out your lineup here for Minot in their powder blue jerseys with white pants and white caps and dark blue sleeves. For the West Fargo Patriots, they're top of the order, batting 1, 2, 3. Center fielder number 3, Trey Huzar. Left fielder number 15, Landon Zink. And shortstop number 14, Jet Collins. In the middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6 is right fielder number 12, Tate Herman. Second baseman, number 1, Brody Medina. And the designated hitter number 24, Hudson Dinger. The bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. First baseman, number 8, Austin O'Lean. Third baseman, number 23, Max Zanker. And the catcher, number 21, Graydon Peterson. Not batting, your starting pitcher for the West Fargo Patriots in today's state tournament game is going to be number 4, Luke Finn. And that is your batting lineups for the Minot Vistas and the West Fargo Patriots. They're going to go to the code of conduct, and I haven't seen a national anthem. Oh, yes, we have seen a national anthem, so probably no national anthem. So with the code of ethics, we'll take a 90-second timeout, maybe a 2-minute, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Mandy's of Fargo, ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo, ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
All right, welcome back. We're almost ready to go here in game number, let me think here. This is game number 1, 2, 3, 4. Game 4 of the state tournament. Feels like it's game 5, but it's not. It's game 4. I had to count them up there just to be sure. West Fargo Patriots and the Minot Vistas. Minot Vistas come in this one with an overall record of 31-14, while the West Fargo Patriots come in with an overall record of 36-13-1. So just a couple extra games for West Fargo under their belt than Minot. West Fargo actually got started in the late spring with their games. Matter of fact, I think I got that in front of me here. Their first game was on June 3rd, so it was early spring, I guess. I thought they started a little bit before that, but maybe not. Maybe their first game of the season was our first broadcast of the season, all the way back on June 3rd in a preseason matchup when they would defeat the Fargo Post 400 Stars by the score of 6-5. And they have rolled since then, winning on average 4 out of every 5 games for the West Fargo Patriots. For the Minot Vistas, they come into this one, like I said, 31-14. As we get ready for the top of the first inning here.
For the Vistas, shortstop number 6, Trey Stewart.
And one out already here.
Now batting for the Vistas, catcher number 3, Kellen Burke.
So when these two teams met in the regular season back on June 25th on a Wednesday, West Fargo would win the first game 3-1, and Minot would win the second game by the score of 4-2. So these two teams split the regular season conference doubleheader here, and now they meet again as the 3 and 6 seeds in the tournament. West Fargo, the 3rd seed, and Minot, the 6th seed here. As Trey Stewart was retired on the out there, and Kellen Burke is the batter now. Kellen Burke will fly that one off to the first base side and out of play, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Kellen Burke. Kellen Burke on MSPN this season is 2 for 4 with a pair of hits to left, and a ground out to third and a fly out to left, and a strikeout here. And Luke Finn retires his second batter in a row, and it's 2 up, 2 down here for the West Fargo Patriots, bringing up Brody Mueller.
Brody Mueller.
It's always chuckling to hear a Minot fan yell out the correct name of a player after the PA announcer says it wrong. That one's fouled off for strike 1. You know, we see all of these opponents maybe 2, sometimes 4 times a year, but it feels like we've done a bunch of games for all 10 teams in the state. And that's the luck of the draw, being in Fargo, and you got 3 Legion baseball teams there, and you get to see all those other 7 opponents quite frequently. Oh, and 2 here as Luke Finn looks to sit down as second batter of the inning. He will miss there. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Brody Mueller. Braden Nelson is on deck should we need him here in the bottom or the top of the first. Luke Finn will set, deliver the 1-2 outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Broadcast coverage of this game of the state tournament is brought to you by Mandy's of FargoND.com, Frank's Lounge in Fargo, FM Visitors and Convention Bureau, along with Doolittle's Woodfire Grill, Sweet Shots, Marvin Windows and DMN Industries, as well as TCI Insurance with offices in West Fargo. Full count now here to Brody Mueller at 3-2. It was the 10th pitch for Finn. 6 of them have fallen into the strike category. We thank you for tuning into this broadcast here of the 2025 state tournament. And that'll be a full pitch walk. So Luke Finn retires 1, strikes out 1, and walks 1. And here comes Braden Nelson. Braden Nelson, 2 for 4 on MSPN this season. Infield hit down the third base line, a hit to left field, a ground out to third, and a fly out to left center. 2 outs, and the first pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Nice pitch there by Luke Finn as the sprinkles continue here at Phil Raybon Field in Williston, home of the Williston College Tetons. I've done 1 basketball game for the Tetons in my career. This is a hard hit ball that will drift foul down the third base line. Also did a girls regional basketball tournament in the gym where the Tetons play basketball at. And that was a fun one. We had a couple games go to overtime in there. That was a good tournament to be a part of. This one a high fly ball, first base side, and that will go out of play. A couple of kids there will get a lucky souvenir. Oh, 0-2 here to Braden Nelson. Swing and tap foul. So caught foul tip will end the top half of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll take a break and we'll come back with more in a moment here on MSPN Digital Television. Stay tuned.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
All right, welcome back. We move to the bottom of the first. No score here on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard. Brody Mueller will be your starting pitcher here for the Minot Vistas. He'll be tossing him into the glove of Kellen Burke. Going around the bases for Minot, you got Carson Deaver at first, Drew Jordan at second, Trey Stewart the shortstop. Over at third is Tegan Schindler. In the outfield, it's Oliver DeChamp in left field, Mason Stewart in center, and Braden Nelson in right field. And I want to say hi to Jim. He says he's back for more baseball. Welcome back for more baseball, Jim. Certainly appreciate you tuning in to each and every one of the broadcasts, or as many as you possibly can throughout the summer baseball season here. For those who don't know, the assistant coach who is down on the first base side for West Fargo, former Arizona Diamondback Andy Young, who played Legion baseball for the West Fargo Patriots years back and then made his way to the MLB. Played a few seasons with the Diamondbacks as well as a couple seasons in the Diamondbacks minor league affiliates. And then retired and came back to coach for the West Fargo Patriots. So made his full circle back to West Fargo, which is a pretty cool story. Trey Huzar is a pretty cool batter for the West Fargo Patriots. He'll lead things off here. And Huzar this year here on MSPN.
Leading off for the Patriots, center fielder number 3, Trey Huzar.
Huszar's 4 for 10 on MSPN this season. 3 hits to right, 1 hit to left center, 2 flyouts to left, a couple ground outs, 1 to the pitcher, 1 to the second baseman. Reached base on an error 2 times. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count now here to Trey Huszar. And the 1-1 grounded out towards Trey Stewart. He'll pick it up off the ground. He'll fire it high, and that one will bounce off. And they will record that as an error, and he will advance to second. So Trey Huszar reaches on an error. I was half tempted to call it a hit and error, as I thought he might run that one out, but just a straight error, and he'll move to second base as a result. So Landon Zink will come to the plate now, and West Fargo has a runner in scoring position here in the top of the second, or in the bottom of the first, excuse me. Getting a half inning ahead of myself here after a 2-hour game. And our game right before this one, I went to 8 innings between Dickinson and Bismarck. Dickinson holding off a Bismarck bases loaded threat in the bottom of the 8th. And the shorts pop out to the shortstop would end the game, and Dickinson would claim the 4-3 victory in that matchup. And that one is off to the left side and out of play. So we're at 1-1, I believe. Yep, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, 1 runner on base. That's Trey Huszar on second. Mueller will get the signal here from Burke. He'll stare down Huszar at second, and he'll give him a second look, and he'll deliver. And this is grounded out hard towards first. He'll step on the bag for the unassisted ground out, and that will advance Trey Huszar over to third, so they get 1 run closer, and that puts the first out on the board.
Now batting for the Patriots, shortstop, number 14, Jet Collins.
So the unassisted ground out moves Trey Huszar over to third. Jet Collins now the batter. Jet Collins 9 for 12 on MSPN this season. He has a pop out to the third baseman, second baseman, and the shortstop. Everything else is a single, double, or triple. 0-1, and there's going to be another single for Jet Collins. This time it's an RBI single, and West Fargo strikes first with a 1-0 lead. Scores Trey Huszar from third and brings up Tate Herman to the plate now.
Now batting for the Patriots, right fielder, number 12, Tate Herman.
So 1 run on 1 hit on 1 error so far here for West Fargo. And he'll watch that pitch come in for a strike. Tate Herman, 1 for 5 this season here on MSPN Digital Television with a single hit to right field. Couple flyouts, ground out, reached on a fielder's choice. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And this is a hard hit ball that'll find its way into right field. Tate Herman has a single, and that puts runners on first and second with the base hit. And that brings up Brody Medina now. 1 run on 2 hits now, and Brody Medina represents batter 5 in the lineup here for West Fargo in the bottom of the first.
Brody Medina.
Brody Medina 4 for 9 on MSPN this summer, including 3 hits to left and an infield hit as well. And this is a hard hit ball at second. Mishandled at second. He tosses it to second, and that'll be an error. And now coming home to score is Jet Collins, and West Fargo takes a 2-0 lead, and it's all on 1 error. And if you thought errors weren't important, You just learned why errors are deeply important. They are deeply critical to a team's success or lack thereof, depending if you're the team making the error there. Because first you bobble the throw, and then, or you bobble the pickup with the bare hand there, and then you flip it off to second, and you miss the target completely and flip it out into shallow left center field, and everybody advances bases there. So see if we got this straight. I believe it's first and third. We'll see when everybody returns to their base, and Jet Collins scores, and it's 2-0 now. On 2 runs, on 2 hits, on 2 errors. And I was wrong. It's first and second, not first and third. So Medina reaches on an error. He'll get an RBI off that error.
Now batting for the Patriots, designated hitter number 24, Hudson Dinger.
And Hudson Dinger, last time we saw him on MSPN, he was intentionally walked. And there's good reason for him to be intentionally walked. He's batting .500 on MSPN, and that just goes to show what he might be batting for the entire season. Pair hits to left, a hit to right, a hit to center, 3 ground outs and a fly out to center. 1 ball, no strike here to Hudson Dinger. And time is going to be called. Couple of fans wanting a balk there, but that wasn't even close to a balk. 1 ball, no strike. I may not know everything, but I know what a balk is and what a balk isn't. And that's a hard hit ball, left field. Oliver DeChamps running after it. Will he get there? Yes, he will. Runners will stay put on first and second. That puts out number 2 on the board. Runners stay put on their original bases. Austin O'Lean, the batter now.
Now batting for the Patriots, first base number 8, Austin O'Lean.
Mueller look over at Medina on first. Now he'll check the runner on second, set and deliver the pitch. And this one's going out into center field. And making the catch is Drew Jordan, the second baseman. That will strand 2 runners on base for West Fargo. They bat a total of 7 in the bottom of the first, 7 of their 9. They get 2 of them across. They get 2 hits. They get 2 errors from the other team, and they also leave 2 stranded on base. A lot of 2s there in the bottom of the first, and we'll take a break and be back with more in just a second. Stay tuned. We're coming right back. All right, welcome back. Whoa. Fly ball into center field for a base hit there for Carson Deaver, who was the leadoff batter. A little bit of microphone issues there. Apologize for that. That was a OE microphone issue, otherwise known as operator error. Otherwise, I wouldn't have apologized. Oliver DeChamp. And DeChamp tried to blaze it down the third baseline, but it'll float over, foul for strike one. DeChamp 1 for 2. He hit to left and a fly out to left. And this time a foul ball down the third base side, so that would suggest that he likes left field a lot. As a left-handed batter, that would make sense. Swing and a miss, strike two. It is a long walk to the concession stand, but it was worth the long walk because they had some friendly concession workers. So they complimented the concession stand back in Fargo at the, well, we have 3 of them there, so the one at Fargo Post 400. And they were complimenting on how it was run and how it was priced, and they were apologizing that they couldn't price it the same. I was like, okay. Oh, 2 to the champ. Got him looking. Drew Jordan will be the batter now here for.
Now batting for the Misses, second base, number 15, Drew Jordan.
Minot. And Drew Jordan will smack this one out into left center field. And it will be caught. Nice grab there by Landon Zink. And all the way back to first base is Carson Deaver. And he's out. They got him out at first. Holy smokes. That's a double play. It's 2-0 West Fargo.
Vistas scoring on a 1 hit, no errors. Score remains 2-0 West Fargo.
We'll be back in a moment here on MSPN Digital Television. Stay tuned.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more. All right, this is Max Zanker, and he will pop one out to the center fielder, Mason Stewart, and that's the first pitch and the first out. Max Zanker has not had a hit on MSPN all summer. He is now 0 for 5 here on MSPN. We'll see if he can change that later this game, potentially, or not. Graydon Peterson is the batter now. So I went back during the commercial break, and I looked at and I watched that throw from center field, because I was looking down, scoring the out in center, not expecting the runner at first to be out. So more on that in a second here. And that's a fly ball to Braden Nelson for the out. So what actually happened, it was not an 8-3 double play like I thought it was, which would have been spectacular if it was. But he didn't retouch the first base. is what actually happened, and that's what and then when I was watching that, Endgame put up a similar comment as I was watching that, so it's good timing there, Endgame. No balls in 1 strike. Graydon Peterson once again is the batter. No, I'm sorry. Graydon Peterson just flew out, so it's Trey Huzar, the batter. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that one goes into the backstop, and it's good for strike 2. One and 2 to Trey Huzar. 2 away. And right up the middle, it's a diamond cutter here for Trey Huzar. He'll get on with a base hit and a single there. Goes right up the middle, hovering inches over the infield like a paper airplane almost. That was pretty impressive. I've seen a lot of ground balls that were pretty impressive, but so Huzar gets on with a hit up the middle, and Landon Zink the batter now. As we return to the top of the order with Huzar on base, Landon Zink is batter 2 in the lineup. And this one's going to center field. Charging in is Mason Stewart. He makes the catch on the run. That will strand one on excuse me, I got the hiccups there. That'll strand one on base, and that'll bring us to the end of the 2nd inning. With the score on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard, West Fargo 2 and Minot 0 here on MSPN Digital Television. We'll be right back.
Make your home your retreat. Fill your favorite spaces with fresh air, warm sunlight, and calming connections with the outdoors. Marvin Windows and Doors are designed to promote happier, healthier spaces in your home. At D&M Industries, we will walk you through how the beauty, thoughtful design features, and unparalleled performance of Marvin products can help you feel better in your home. Visit our D&M Industries showroom in Moorhead today.
All right, welcome back. We move to the top of the 3rd. It's nice to hear from MSPN Fargo Analytics Department on the YouTube channel. Yeah, has been missing for a few games, but he's back, and I love it. We got a 2-0 game here on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard. Mason Stewart, Tegan Schindler, and Trey Stewart. Batters 8, 9, and 1 for Minot here in the top of the 3rd.
Center fielder number 1, Mason Stewart.
Unofficially, we'll double check the pitch count here, but I believe that was pitch 21 there for Luke Finn, and it comes across for strike number 1. And an 0-1 count here to Mason Stewart, and the 0-1, and that one is lifted up. And it will drop for a fair ball, and he's going to head into second, and he'll stop there. He'll earn himself a double. So now Minot in a position to trim away at the 2-0 deficit.
Third base, number 5, Tegan Schindler.
Right now you have Williston, Dickinson, and Mandan in the winner's bracket with the 2 Fargo, West Fargo teams. Or I should say the 2 Fargo teams, because West Fargo would have to win this game in order to join that group. So the 0-1. Oh. Graydon Peterson tried to frame it over the edge of the strike zone. Did not fool the home plate umpire, and we move to 1-1 now. I'm always mesmerized by catchers that try to frame. It's one of my favorite things to look at for a catcher, and I'm not exactly sure why. I just like it. I just like learning about it. I like seeing when it's pulled off and all that good stuff. Base hit right field. Tegan Schindler gets it over the outstretched glove of Brody Medina. That'll move Mason Stewart over to third to put runners on the corners here for Minot. Trey Stewart, as we come back to the top of the order now here, he's 0 for 1. Pop out right back to Luke Finn, the pitcher, on his last trip to the plate. If I heard what I thought I heard, I apologize for that. It's the risk you take broadcasting live sports. So, otherwise, we try to keep it family friendly. And a line shot right to Austin O'Lean for a double play. A 3-3 unassisted double play on a line drive shot to the glove of Austin O'Lean that takes care of Tegan Schindler as well.
Now batting for the Vistas, catcher number 3, Kellen Burke.
So Kellen Burke will foul the first one off here for a strike, and it's 0-1. Now it's high and in, and nearly Nick Burke on the elbow. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's going to Minot coming in as the sixth seed, I believe, via with a couple of tiebreakers with West Fargo and Minot, or West Fargo and Bismarck, I meant to say. This one's popped up, and that one's to the left of the broadcast booth. It's out of play. There's no chance Peterson can make a play on that one. It was out of play before he started running over there, so. Moved to 2 balls and 2 strikes now here for Kellen Burke. Brody Mueller is on deck here for Minot. We're 28 minutes into the ball game. 2-2 with 2 outs. Mason Stewart on third, and the pitch. And this one is sent out into right field. And making the catch is Trey Huzar. And that will retire Minot. They'll strand Mason Stewart on third, leaving 1 on base. And we go now to the bottom of the third.
On the bottom of 3, Patriots 2, Vistas 0.
Patriots have batters 3, 4, and 5 when we return after this. Stay tuned.
TCI Insurance was founded in 1985 with a simple mission in mind: to protect your assets. TCI Insurance has a long history of providing insurance coverage and loss prevention solutions to the region and strives to exceed your expectations. From agriculture, business, and personal insurance, our advisors are here to help walk you through the options and equip you with the knowledge you need to choose the coverage that will best suit your current stage of life. TCI Insurance. Call 701-277-1710 or visit them at the offices in West Fargo and Wimbledon. Learn more today at tciteam.com.
All right. Well, we'll see if Minot has some magic in them here as they find themselves down 2-0. Now let's see if that one gets on a movie or not. And then the reference to that a couple years ago, the East Region was in Castleton. And Braxton Pauley for Wapton Post 20 stepped up to the mound, and the DJ randomly played Corey Hart's Sunglasses at Night. So I was like, And Braxton Pauley will warm up to the number one song, the first number one song of 1984. And wouldn't you know, 5 minutes later, that exact phrase ended up in a movie about Wahpeton Post 20. Stewart, so Jet Collins, 1 pitch, 1 out. Tate Herman, the batter now here for West Fargo.
Now batting for the Patriots, right fielder number 12, Tate Herman.
Herman 1 for 1, got a single out to right field, part of a big 7-batter first inning for West Fargo. They were able to plate 2 of those 7 batters across the plate. And that's where they sit right now, 2 runs on 3 hits at the moment. Looking for that 4th hit, but it'll be fouled away, and we're at a 1-ball, 1-strike count now here to Tate Herman. And the pitch is right on the edge for strike 2. Brody Medina would be on deck here, and we will see him for sure since there's only 1 out. And the 1-2 swung on, and that one is, it's going to go over the head of Oliver DeChamp, and it's going to be a base hit. He may have, looking up, I don't know. He may have lost it in the sun, but I can't say it for sure. That is the hardest single you could possibly hit in the game of baseball.
Second base, number 1.
Outside of an infield bunt single, maybe, but. So Mueller will get the signal here from Burke. Now he'll take a second glance at Herman on first, and he'll deliver. And this one fouled back for an 0-1 count here to Brody Medina, who reached on an, 1 of 2 errors for Minot in this game. And the 0-1 is low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. In a 2-0 game here at Raybon Field in Williston, North Dakota. Another glance at Herman on first. Once again, at last report, the games will move back to R.D. Offutt Stadium tomorrow. And a low fly out there to left field for Oliver DeChamp to record the second out, excuse me.
Now batting for the Patriots, designated hitter number 24.
And you got Hudson Dinger.
Dinger.
Oh for 1 with a fly out to left field in this game. Overall pretty successful when playing on MSPN. No balls and 1 strike here to Hudson Dinger. Not that playing on our station makes a difference, but I like to keep track of things like that. Here's the 0-1. And a ground ball out towards Stewart. Stewart will pick it up, throw it to second. They'll get the force out at second. Dinger will reach on an endings fielder's choice, and that will leave 1 stranded on base. And we have a 2-0 game here on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard after 3 complete innings of play. We move to the 4th after this. Stay tuned.
Mandy's of Fargo ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the 4th here at Phil Raybon Field. In case you were curious, Phil Raybon Field's named after the first baseball coach. He also did a women's basketball training camp here at Williston State College. So just a little bit of a background there on the name of the field. Since we probably won't be at this field tomorrow, that might be one of the final opportunities I get to share that with you. Brody Mueller walked last time he was at the plate. Now he's halfway to walking a second time. 2-0, 37 minutes into the ball game now. Tetons, I believe, are a green and white color similar to the Hazen Bison, if you're familiar with that high school color scheme. Or possibly the West Fargo Packers, who take the green of the West Fargo Patriots into their color scheme, and then the Patriots take the green from the Packers, the orange from the Mustangs, and the black from the Hawks. 3 balls and a strike. And I've been meaning to talk to Coach because there's a walk. Brody Mueller will reach first base. I'll bring up Braden Nelson, who struck out swinging last time. And as I was mentioning, I've been meaning to talk to Coach because I really like the updated little outfits that the coaches have for that include the black. And when they gave me a complimentary one to wear around down in Nebraska a few years ago, that was before Horace High School came into the picture. So I still got the old school one. And I wear it occasionally too. This one popped up, and who's going to call for it? It's going to Graydon Peterson who will call for it. That's out number 1.
Now batting for the Vistas, first base number 16, Carson Deaver.
Devers had success in this game. He popped a single just over the outstretched glove of Brody Medina, at second base last time he was at the plate. Dumped it into shallow right center as a result. Takes the first pitch here for a ball. It's 1-0. 1 out, 1 runner on. And 2 balls and no strikes now here to Carson Deaver. Oliver DeChamp would be the next batter. And with 1 out, we'll see if we get to him or not at the 40-minute mark of the ball game here. And this one going up the middle could drop, and it will drop. It's not going to be deep enough to advance Mueller beyond second base, but an advancement is an advancement nonetheless. And now the good news for Minot is they have a runner in scoring position.
Now batting for the Vistas, left fielder number 11, Oliver DeChamp.
DeChamp 0 for 1. He struck out looking last time. So 2 runners on with 1 out. Good opportunity here for Minot to get back into this game and get a runner, maybe 2, on the scoreboard. Got to get the first one first, though. And that first run is currently potentially standing on second base. Check swing. They'll go down to first base. I say no. What's the first baseman say? He didn't really give a signal, so I guess that means he said no. 1 ball, no strike. Or if he did give the signal, I didn't look over there fast enough to see it. And that will be ball 2. There's a strike. That's a nice pitch by Finn. He caught the edge there. Going to the outside to see if DeChamp would chase, but he caught the edge anyway. 2-1. He'll stare down Mueller on second, now deliver the 2-1. And this one is over the third baseman, Matt Zenker, into left field. They're going to send Mueller around third. The throw is coming in, but it will not make it in time, and Minot has cut the lead in half. And now Coach Roll will come out, jog out, have a chit-chat with Luke Finn and the other Patriots. Once again, broadcast coverage of today's game in favor of the Vistas and the Patriots, brought to you by Mandy's of FargoND.com, Frank's Lounge, FM Convention and Visitors Bureau, along with Doula's Woodfire Grill, Sweet Shots, Marvin Windows and DMN Industries, and TCI Insurance. And we certainly thank each and every one of those for their support over the course of this summer Legion baseball season. And
second baseman, number 15, Drew Jordan.
Drew Jordan, the batter. Trying to figure out what I missed here. We got runners on first and second. Soon to be first and third. So I got 2 runners on base. I got 1 out. The scoreboard has 1 out. And Drew Jordan's at the plate, so what happened to Oliver DeChamp is what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I know what happened. He hit the base hit that put Minot on the board. Okay, that's what I forgot to record. All right, so Carson Deaver's on third, and he's not on third anymore. Base hit in the left center will bring him in to tie the ball game at 2-2. Drew Jordan with the RBI single. I'll put runners on first and second, open up third base. And we have a 2-2 ball game. Once again, these two teams split the regular season conference doubleheader. West Fargo won the first game, Minot won the second game, so there's no seeding favorite in this matchup as far as I'm concerned. These two teams are pretty much equal. Don't let the 3 and 6 seed fool you, because a couple of tiebreakers one way or the other, and Minot could be 3 and West Fargo could be 6. And Bismarck was in the mix of that tiebreaker mess as well. That one's right back, and it would have been in my left hand had it not been for the netting. And it's 0-1 here to Mason Stewart. Oliver DeChamp on second, Drew Jordan on first, Mason Stewart the batter. 0-1. And that will miss for a ball, apparently. 1-1. One pitch. Swing and tap foul for strike 2. And there's strike 3. Caught him looking. So that's out number 2, and that will bring to the plate here for Minot, Tegan Schindler.
Now batting for the Vistas, third base, number 5, Tegan Schindler.
2 runs in the bottom of the first for West Fargo. 2 runs here in the top of the fourth. I don't know why the scoreboard says bottom of the third. I'll get that fixed. Hopefully that'll work. If not, I'll make a manual adjustment. There we go, it worked, awesome. We might have to double check our hits. That's a long, high fly ball to right field, and it's not going to be deep enough, though, as Tate Herman has it in his glove for out number 3. That'll strand 2 on base, and we'll go now to the bottom of the 4th here.
Get 2 runs on 3 hits. Players 2. Tie it up. Deuces.
We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
All right, welcome back. Hey, once again, I got some things mixed up there. For some reason, Graydon Peterson keeps slipping into my mobile lineup here for the West Fargo Patriots. He played for the Aces this year. I think he maybe got some pitching for the Patriots this year, but I know that 99% of his time was spent on the Aces. So once again, my apologies for that. Moving forward, I'll make sure I have it correct. I can promise you that. Ryan Camarillo is the guy that I should be talking about in those scenarios, and that one will be a 4-3 ground out.
Now batting for the Patriots, third base, number 23, Max Zenker.
Max Zenker 0 for 1 with a fly out into left center field. Blaine, thanks for those updates. I'll pass them along here shortly. Well, looks like now might be a good time to pass it around. It's, so the State AA tournament update for tomorrow. The 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. games will be played here at the field we're at right now. And then the 4:30 and 7:30 p.m. games will be at Ardine Offutt Stadium. So if the weather holds, the tournament will stay over there starting with the 4:30 game tomorrow. If weather plays another role, there's a possibility it could move back here. So we'll see how it all works out. So we'll have 2 more games here on MSPN tomorrow. The 10 a.m. and the 1 p.m. games. And then I need to look at the schedule here, and we'll do that once we have another break in action here, because I'm falling behind on the ball strike count now, so my apologies on that. But thank you, Blaine, for passing that along. Appreciate it. That one's a little bit high for ball 2. (2-1). And a ground ball that will tip off the glove of Schindler at third, and it'll be a base hit. I don't think they should charge that as an error, but because a diving player you don't charge an error to, so that'll be a base hit. Yeah. And this brings up Ryan Camarillo.
The Patriots catcher number 21, Ryan Camarillo.
For the record, Graydon Peterson did wear 21 on the Aces, so like I said, I'm not sure how he snuck onto the Patriots roster that I have, but my apologies for that. Ryan Camarillo is the batter now. And he'll bunt. Nice bunt down the third base line. Schindler comes in, he'll throw it over to first, and that will advance his teammate up to second, and that's what it was supposed to do. 1 out.
Let's go, Trey. Stay hot.
West Fargo's back to the top of the lineup. Now batting center fielder number 3, Trey Huzar.
So 2 outs on the board now after the sac bunt there by Ryan Camarillo. And Trey Huzar back to the top of the order. Huzar's 1 for 2, reached on an air and bashed a single into center field on his last trip to the plate. 8 minutes in front of the 1 hour mark of the ball game right now as Mueller stares down Zenker on second, delivers the pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Two 2-0 here to Huzar. A 2-2 ball game. 11 hits in this game between the two teams. 6 for Minot, 5 for West Fargo. Zenker with a healthy leadoff second at the moment. And right down Main Street for a strike. 2-1. Nice pitch there by Mueller. And that one's fouled off to the first base side. Nice catch there by the Arizona Diamondback. Ball, strike fouled away for Trey Huzar. Landon Zink awaits in the on-deck circle here with 2 away. We'll see if we get to him or not. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one fouled at the plate, went through everybody's leg, maybe ricocheted off a shin pad as well. We'll stay at 2-2. Full count. So now that I know that information about where the 4 games will be played tomorrow, we'll have 2 more watch links a little bit later today on our YouTube channel. And I'll get those added as soon as the opportunity allows me to do so. That one popped up, fouled away out to the first base side. And we'll stay at 3-2, and a second payoff pitch coming up here for Mueller on Huzar. Zenker stands on second here for West Fargo. Full count with 2 away. And another payoff. This one might find a gap. Will he get there? No, he will not. It'll drop and roll all the way to the fence. That will score Max Zenker. West Fargo takes the lead, and heading into third, he has a stand-up RBI triple. Trey Huzar with a stand-up RBI triple all the way to the fence in left center field. And that gives West Fargo a 3-2 lead.
Good job, Trey. Now batting for the Patriots,
Landon Zink.
Number 15, Landon Zink.
Outside for a ball. Burke stands up to check Huzar at third. 1-0 to Zink. So back and forth lead change. Well, no, we've only had West Fargo's the only team that's had the lead. The best Minot could do is tie it, at least up to this point in the contest. 1 ball and 1 strike. But you could still say that's a back and forth type of contest at the moment. And that one's ripped well into right field. And a diving catch by Braden Nelson. We've seen a lot of diving catches in this state tournament so far. And that will strand Huzar on third, and we head now to the 5th inning of play. Since we had that issue at the top of the 4th, let me double check my numbers. Okay, we're going to fix this before we move on to a commercial break.
Stewart.
All right, now the numbers you see are correct. And another OE microphone error there. That all happened because I was in the wrong half inning pushing buttons for the opposite team, so my apologies on that. And that is going to be a base hit into left field. It's good for a double.
Now batting for the Vistas, catcher number 3, Kellen Burke.
All right, so Trey Stewart on with a leadoff double. Here comes Kellen Burke, 0 for 2, struck out swinging, and a fly out to right center field. I just got the sheet of paper of what we already talked about in regards to the upcoming schedule for tomorrow. So it's now officially official, and the source who gave it to me, as far as I'm concerned, it was officially official at that point too. Ground ball like Jet Collins at short, and he will fire it over to Austin O'Lean for the 4-3 ground out, and that's one away. Trey Stewart stays put at second base. That'll bring up Brody Mueller. Brody Mueller 0 for 0. He's been to the plate twice. He's been walked both times. And speaking of walking, here comes Coach Roll to the mound on a slow trot. We've hit the 1 hour mark of this ball game now. There's 2 songs that they've played here that I thought were different songs, and then they turned out to be not the song that I thought they were. I got excited there for a moment. But yeah, this particular song isn't one that I particularly get over excited about, but the other one that I thought might have been. So looks like Luke Finn is going to be done. We'll have a new pitcher. So with that, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and tell you about any potential changes when we return after this. Stay tuned.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Mandy's of Fargo, ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Pitcher number 8, Brody Muller. And on the mound, pitching change, number 3, Trey Huzar.
All right, so if I'm seeing it correctly through my binoculars, we have a new center fielder and a new left fielder as well. So Huzar comes from center field to the mound. Landon Zink moves from left field to center field. And the pitch comes across as a ball 1 to Brody Mueller. Now ball 2 to Brody Mueller. And in left field, stand by. Left field is number 4, and that would be Luke Finn, the former pitcher. So there you go. So Trey Huzar from center to pitcher. Landon Zink from left to center, and Luke Finn from pitcher to left is how that one worked out. No changes on the infield. 3 balls and no strikes now here to Brody Mueller. And there will be a 4-pitch walk for the first batter for Trey Huzar.
Now batting for the Vistas, right fielder number 18, Braden Nelson.
Braden Nelson's 0 for 2. He struck out swinging, then he would pop out to the catcher just to the right of home plate here last time he was at up to bat. 3-2 West Fargo here in the top of the 5th, right? Yes. Okay, we're where we are supposed to be. And that one will miss. He tried to, yeah. You hear some whoa-ho's and ho-ho's in the background, and I share those. I'll be honest. 1 ball, 1 strike. It was close. It could have gone either way, to be honest with you. Oh, and speaking of going one way, that one's going all the way to the fence. And he'll pick it up in the corner. Luke Finn, tie ball game. Scoring is Trey Stewart. And a third is Brody Mueller. And a second is Braden Nelson, an RBI double. One side of Jamie Kemper says, let's go Minot, hit some bombs. And okay. They're reading the rest of that. I wasn't sure, but I get it now. From 9U Aces, number 9, Cohen Kemper. So got it. I understand it now. So it was actually Cohen. One ball and no strike here to. Hang on here, I gotta update that last hit. So that was a double to the corner in left field that scored Trey Stewart. Moving Mueller to third. Nelson on second. Now Carson Deaver, the batter, and this one banged foul down the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Thanks again for tuning in, Jamie and Cohen. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast here. And I think we need to add a run from Minot. Yes, we do. Yep, 3-3 is our score now. Three runs on 8 hits for Minot. That one's a little bit high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike now here to Carson Deaver. And that one nearly got over the protective netting, but not quite. 2-2 the count now here to Carson Deaver. On deck would be Oliver DeChamp. Two, high, ball 3. So full count now here and a payoff pitch for Huzar. He walked his first batter. He gave up. And he'll walk his another batter here. So he's walked 2 batters now. And Minot is in a good opportunity position here with 1 out and the bases loaded to do some damage here. They have a tie ball game, and Coach Rowe must have a similar thought process of what I just mentioned, because he's making a trip to the mound now here.
Here, the revised schedule.
There you go. Here's the announcement we talked about earlier.
AA American Legion Baseball Tournament right here in Williston for Wednesday, July 30th will be as follows. The 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. games will be at Raybon Field right here. Then we're switching venues. The 4:30 and 7:30 games will be held at Offutt Stadium. Remaining tournament games will be played at Offutt Stadium unless inclement weather takes over, and then we will return back here to Raybon Field if needed. Thank you for your cooperation.
All right, there you go. Couldn't have said it better than he just did. So.
Now batting for the Vistas, left fielder number 11, Allard.
Well, I'll give you this. I just got an alert on my phone saying that there's lightning strikes nearby. So we'll see how that plays, if it plays any role. And right now I don't see anything from where I'm sitting at. But that app's pretty accurate. At least I've had it for a couple of years now, and it's never led me astray, I'll put it that way. Oliver DeChamp is the batter. He's down 0-1 in the count. Make that 1-1, as that one will miss. Okay, so that one I do not share an ooh or whatever, because it was low below the knees, and it was outside, no doubt. That previous one, I agree with that. That one could have been a ball or a strike, but that one was definitely a ball, in my humble opinion. I'm not the pro, but I do know that that's a 4-6-3 double play. As a result, no runs will score. At least no runs will score on that play, but they did get 1 in the inning. And we'll take a break and be back with more in a moment here. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back.
Another quick reminder, folks.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Make your home your retreat. Fill your favorite spaces with fresh air, warm sunlight, and calming connections with the outdoors. Marvin Windows and Doors are designed to promote happier, healthier spaces in your home. At D&M Industries, we will walk you through how the beauty, thoughtful design features, and unparalleled performance of Marvin products can help you feel better in your home. Visit our D&M Industries showroom in Moorhead today.
All right, welcome back. 3-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Jim, another very good game in the North Dakota American Legion State Tournament. Absolutely here. Like I said in the beginning, don't let those seed numbers fool you for this matchup, because West Fargo, Minot, and Bismarck were wrapped up in a tiebreaker mess. And West Fargo, Bismarck, and Minot could have easily been the 3rd seed. The same 3 teams could easily be the 4th, 5th, or the 6th seed, with just depending on if another run crossed the plate or if one team won one more game than the other team. And yeah, like I said, it was a tie-breaking mess. So just because Minot fell into the 6th seed does not mean that they play like a 6-seeded team. So this should be a very entertaining finish to this one here. There is no clear winner, or well, there's obviously no clear winner, but there's no clear advantage for either team at this point based on what I've observed up to this point in the game.
Leading off for West
Jet
Fargo,
Collins,
the
Tate Herman, and Brody Medina.
14, Jet Collins.
It's the 3-4-5 stretch of the batting lineup here for West Fargo in the home half of 5. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1 to Jet Collins, who's 1 for 2, singled into shallow left center, and then he would fly out into the glove of Mason Stewart in center field last time he was up. I feel like our camera is off balance here. I'll get that fixed ASAP. That is a base hit. That will roll all the way to the fence, and it's going to be a double for Jet Collins. Tate Herman, who's 2 for 2, comes to the plate next.
Now batting for the Patriots, right fielder, number 12, Tate Herman.
All right, I'm satisfied with that. It's not tilted anymore. Sorry, I don't know how that happened. I'm usually pretty good at spotting that and preventing it from happening, but every now and then it does happen. 1 ball, no strike here to Tate Herman. Once again, he's 2 for 2. He has a pair of singles, 1 to right field, 1 down the third base line, and that 1 down the third base line scored one of the runs back in the first inning. As that was part of a 7-batter inning in the bottom of the first when West Fargo plated 2 runs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Three runs on 8 hits for Minot, 3 runs on 7 hits for West Fargo up to this point. Also a pair of errors for Minot, but at the moment, it's not. At the moment, that's not playing too huge of a factor in this game. So that fouled away pitch will make it 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tate Herman. Brody Medina awaits on deck. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. It just got started. Brody Mueller still on the mound for Minot. And the pitch. And that one is over the head of the second baseman, Drew Jordan, into right field. Rounding third is Jet Collins, and the throw home will not be in time. West Fargo retakes the lead. So now a runner on first for West Fargo as they snag back the 4-3 advantage.
Now batting for the Patriots, second baseman, number 1, Brody Medina.
Here comes Brody Medina, 0 for 2, reached on an error, and a fly out to left field into the glove of Oliver DeJomp. Daryl, thanks for tuning in from Chandler, Arizona. You're very welcome. Always enjoy these state tournaments, and very happy that we can help out and get these games on for you, because if it wasn't for me, these games would not be on, because the streaming platform they had, they did not move over here. And I'm not trying to pump myself up there, but I'm just I just wanted to get it on. I mean, we done the tournament for the last like 5 years, 6 years, something like that, and there was no reason to not do these games if there was no other option to get them on. So that's my 2 cents anyway. 1 ball and 1 strike, and you can make that 1 and 2, as that's the first foul ball to actually cross the street without bouncing into the street and crossing it. He got all of that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here to Brody Medina. And this one is going up into left field. And he made the catch. Nice job there by Oliver DeChamp.
Now batting for the Patriots, left fielder number 4, Luke Finn.
So Luke Finn, yeah, okay. Oh, that's right, they made a change, and yeah, okay. So Hudson Dinger, who was the DH, will be replaced by the now left fielder Luke Finn. Swing and a miss, and that would be strike 1 because the first pitch was a ball. So 1-1 the count. Mueller takes a quick look at Herman on first and delivers. Dropped it in there for a strike, strike 2. Inside edge, right at knee level, and that's definitely a strike. 1-2. Another peek at Herman. Takes a couple glances over at first and delivers. And that one fouled away. Will stay at 1-2. Another one fouled away. Just hit record and then hit play. And I can take a little bit of a break. 1-2. And ball 2. So we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes now. So there's ball, strike, strike, fouled away, fouled away. Fouled away ball. That one is popped up off the handle of the bat, and they'll go to Trey Stewart to secure the out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was the 8th pitch of the at-bat for Luke Finn on his first plate appearance of the game.
First baseman number 8, Austin O'Lean.
And as he's battling, it comes off the handle of his bat and makes an easy little rainbow loop into the glove of Trey Stewart for out number 2. Here's Austin O'Lean. He's 0 for 2. A fly out to the aforementioned Trey Stewart, and then a ground out to Drew Jordan, the second baseman. But this time he sneaks it by Carson Deaver at first for a base hit. And they will toss the ball in quickly in the direction of Tegan Schindler to hold that runner at second. So Austin O'Lean gets off the 0 mark, and now he's 1 for 3 with that single.
Now batting for the Patriots, third baseman number 23, Max Zenker.
Max Zenker steps to the plate at the hour and 20-minute mark. He's 1 for 2, a fly out into left center and a single down the third base line on his last trip to the plate. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th and 2 on for West Fargo. Can they add more? They've gotten 1 so far. We'll find out here shortly. 1 ball and no strike to Max Zenker. If we get that far, Ryan Camarillo would be the scheduled batter on deck. Camarillo in the batter's box with his catcher's gear on, just in case he doesn't get the bat. 1 ball, no strike. That one's going to be popped up. Could be playable for Drew Jordan, and it is. And he makes the out. That strands 2 on base for West Fargo, and we move now to the 6th inning of play with West Fargo leading by 1, 4-3 on the Matthews of FargoND.com scoreboard. We're back with more in a moment. Stay tuned.
Patriots 4, Vistas 3.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate-controlled hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full-swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
TCI Insurance was founded in 1985 with a simple mission in mind to protect your assets. TCI Insurance has a long history of providing insurance coverage and loss prevention solutions to the region and strives to exceed your expectations. From agriculture, business, and personal insurance, our advisors are here to help walk you through the options and equip you with the knowledge you need to choose the coverage that will best suit your current stage of life. TCI Insurance. Call 701-277-1710 or visit them at the offices in West Fargo and Wimbledon. Learn more today at tciteam.com.
Five complete here at Phil Raybon Field in Williston. It's game number 4 of the 2025 North Dakota AA Legion State Baseball Tournament. We got the 6-seeded Minot Vistas at bat against the 3-seeded West Fargo Patriots. Drew Jordan will swing and miss for the first strike of the first pitch of the top of the 6. Speaking of the 6, August 6th, it's the Central Plains Regional, and Fargo Post 400 and one other team from this tournament will play in that tournament. If that happens to be your team, we'll have all of their games for you here on MSPN Digital Television. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
One more, Trey.
Fargo Post 400 gets the automatic bid since they're the host team, and then if Fargo Post 400 is not the state champion, then the state champion would join them. If Fargo Post 400 is the runner-up or lower, then it would be the state champion going to that regional tournament. That's how that would work out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that'll be a drop third strike. He'll throw it up to first to complete the out, and that's 1 down. Mason Stewart is the batter now here for Minot. Stewart got a double to right field his first time up. Last time up,
center fielder number 1, Mason Stewart.
He got caught looking on one of those ooh-ah pitches for strike 3. And there's a strike. Knee level down Main Street over the middle of the plate for 0-1 count. Tegan Schindler is on deck here for Minot. And that one will just be a little bit high. Ball 1. And that one's high as well. In theory, that strike zone is usually the knees to the elbows. And then depending on how tall that player is, that strike zone may increase accordingly. But every umpire may have slight alterations to said strike zone. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count. Strike, ball, strike, ball. And the payoff pitch. Smack right over the head of Brody Medina into right field. And Mason Stewart's on with a base hit. He's got a single. Tegan Schindler comes to the plate now here for the Vistas. We're at 1 hour and 25 minutes into the game, and let me double check the official pitch count and see how close it is to the pitch count that I have for Trey Huzar. Pickoff attempt. I was only 1 off. I had him at 26. The official pitch count had him at 27. So we'll add 1 pitch to his count here. Try and keep it accurate moving forward. One 1-0 here to Schindler. He's 1 for 2 and a single and a fly out in that order. 2 balls and no strikes. 3 balls and no strikes. There's strike 1. So he cashes in on that 3-0 opportunity to get a strike on the board. 1 away, 1 runner on base. And there's strike 3. Got him. Got him looking. On a nice, excellent pitch over the corner there by Trey Huzar. And now Trey Huzar will take on Trey Stewart. One of them has a Y at the end of their name. The other one doesn't. I'll let you debate on who you think that is. And that is a pickoff attempt gone bad. And the pickoff attempt gone sour moves Mason Stewart up to second base. So Stewart will tag that as an error. And there's a base hit in the left field. Stewart moves into third. He'll put on the brakes there. You got runners on the corners on back-to-back hits by Minot. Stewart was 1 for 3. Now he's 2 for 4. He's got himself a single and a double. Just needs a triple and a home run for the cycle. That is, you know, if you've watched enough games here on MSPN, you've probably heard me say at one time, that's a first, or I've never seen that before, or, and then I'll probably say something like, and this is a perfect time to share this story since we have a mound visit, but I'll say, like, I wonder how many games it would take for me to see everything. Well, one thing I haven't seen is a cycle. I have not broadcasted a cycle. I have not seen a cycle attending a game, whether it's high school, Legion, college, or Minnesota Twins level. I have not seen a cycle in person. I have not broadcast one. So that's one thing that I'd like to see happen. So I am unofficially cheering for Trey Stewart now because he's halfway there. But we are in the top of the 6th, so it's unlikely that he will get an opportunity to get those other 2 parts of that cycle. But I will admit, some of the things that I have seen in the game of baseball are probably more rare than a cycle is. So I can't complain too much.
Vistas are back to the top of the lineup. Now batting, shortstop, number 6, Trey Stewart.
Steve, yeah, I don't know how well that'd go over, but it would be fun. Maybe if you want to put a bag of chips on the line or something, we could do that. Only 1 out. I must have hit the button by mistake, so my apologies on that. I want to thank Gunner for bringing that to my attention. Everything I have outside of what you saw on the screen also showed 1 out. So that was another OE moment. And there's a strike. Where are we at? 2-1? Okay. Kellen Burke is the batter, by the way.
Let's go 3.
Three and 1 as Huzar continues to try to clip that lower outer corner. And this one's going to deep left field. And it's caught there by Luke Finn. Tagging on third is Mason Stewart. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we have a tie ball game. 4-4.
Now batting for the Vistas, catcher number 3, Kellen Burke.
So now there's 2 outs. And Kellen Burke sends one high to center field. And it is caught by Landon Zink. And now the inning is over. Now we have 3 outs.
Middle of 6, Vistas lead 1. Get 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. Now going to the bottom of 6, we're not at a 4-piece.
It'll be Ryan Camarillo, Trey Huzar, and Landon Zink, the batters for West Fargo. Pending changes. We're at 4-4 going into the bottom of the 6. We're back with more in just a second. Stay tuned. Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Mandy's of Fargo ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Welcome back. 4-4 as we go to the bottom of the 6 here at Phil Raybon Field in Williston, North Dakota. Field named after the first ever baseball coach at Williston State College. And his name was Phil Raybon. And he also did a women's basketball camp here. And at the time that he did that, it was the only women's basketball camp available in the entire state of North Dakota at the time that he did that. So those two, and I'm sure a few other accolades, and they gave the honor of naming this field after Phil Raybon. And let's see here. It looks like we're delayed a little bit, so I would presume that means we have a new pitcher. No, we do not. It is still Brody Mueller. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. I want to turn up this microphone, but YouTube does not like Ozzy Osbourne as much as I do. And Camarillo with a diamond cutter into the center field. Leadoff single for Camarillo. He had the sack bunt last time he was up. And now Trey Huzar, who's had a good afternoon. Well, wait a little bit. He'll walk over towards his third base coach as the rest of the team walks up to the mound. We have another YouTube song that YouTube doesn't like. So we'll turn that microphone off here. And, okay, so we will have a pitching change. I just thought it happened maybe a couple pitches too soon, I guess. So looks like we got some Mandan fans in attendance here. They're wearing the Mandan, is that the M or the A? I can't tell from the hats. I think it's the Mandan A's, but they're not playing in this tournament. So they're either watching the Chiefs or that's the Chiefs and they're wearing the M hat. One of the two. Can't quite figure that one out. And now that they've walked away, I will be forever unsure on that until they walk a little bit closer. Do see some Fargo Post 400 T-shirts and hats in attendance as well. As I look around. That's all I see as far as obvious teams in attendance here outside of the Minot and the West Fargo fans who are here. All right, so the new pitcher is Gannon Hedberg. And as I take a peek around the diamond, I don't see any other changes. Oh, wait, I do see one change. Brody Mueller will move to second base. And let's see who's behind. Looks like Schindler and Stewart stay put at third and short. Taking a peek at the outfield here just to make sure there's no changes out there. Yeah, everyone in the outfield is the same, so got that confirmed. So we have a new second baseman, we have a new pitcher, and that's it. So the new second baseman is Brody Mueller, and the new pitcher is Gannon Hedberg. So we return to action now with Trey Huzar as the batter. Nobody out, bottom of the sixth, 4-4 game. West Fargo struck first with 2 runs in the bottom of the first. That 2-0 lead would hold until Minot responded in the top of the fourth to tie it at 2-2. Bottom of the fourth, West Fargo would take the lead back at 3-2. Minot would tie it at 3-3 in the top of the fifth. Or, hang on, I think I skipped ahead an inning here. Let me look at my others. So it was West Fargo taking the lead at 3-2 in the bottom of the fourth. Both teams would score a run in the fifth to give West Fargo the 4-3 advantage at that point in the game. And then Minot scores another run to tie it at 4 in the top half of the sixth. So Camarillo moves to second there on the mishandled pitch, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trey Huzar. And Huzar will bat this one out towards Trey Stewart. To third, they tag him and got the lead runner. Nice play there by Trey Stewart, and that puts the first out on the board. Huzar will reach on a fielder's choice, and that'll bring Landon Zink to the plate. So 6-5 on the tag out at third.
Center fielder number 15, Landon Zink.
Runner on first, 1 out, and Landon Zink takes the first pitch for a low strike, 0-1. Once again, Gannon Hedberg's a new pitcher on the mound. I got him for 5 pitches so far, and this is pitch 6. And pitch 6 is heading out into right field. And it will be the center fielder. He had it in his glove, and then he dropped it. Now move runners to second and third. He did have it in his glove momentarily, but when he went to close the glove, the ball popped out. And they will score that as an error.
Now batting for the Patriots, shortstop number 14, Jet Collins.
So second and third with the scored error. And now it appears, did I just see what I thought I saw? I don't know. I will hold off on that comment, but it appears to be a offensive conference here for West Fargo. I don't think I saw what I thought I saw because the app would have told me if I saw what I thought I saw. So I'll just leave that comment behind for now. But I will keep an eye on what I thought I saw and see if I see it again or not. Jet Collins is the batter. He'll take the first pitch outside for a ball. He's 2 for 3, single, double, and a flyout. Both the single and the double went over the head of the shortstop into left center field. Huzar, the runner on third. Landon Zink, the runner on second here for West Fargo. And that will give West Fargo the lead back. That will score Trey Huzar, and Coach Rowe will hold Landon Zink at third, and West Fargo has a 5-4 lead. So an RBI single for Collins puts runners on the corners here for West Fargo. And still only one out. And Tate Herman, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. A single to 2 singles to right on his first and third trips to the plate. And then sandwiched in the middle of that is a single down the third baseline into left. Oh, Kimberly, thanks for that information. I was not aware that all the Mandan teams wore the M hat. So maybe the Aces are here, or not the Aces, the A's are here watching the Chiefs, who will play in the next game. Or maybe that was the Chiefs. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's good information to know. I was not aware of that until today. 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one will drop low, and a nice job by Kellen Burke to keep it in front of him, to keep the runners where they're at on the corners. So 2 balls and a strike, the count now here to Tate Herman. Brody Medina waits on deck here for West Fargo, who just re-snagged the 5-4 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. And a fly ball to center field could give them a 2-run lead. It's deep enough, and here comes the tag. Zink's coming in from third. He scores standing, and that will put the second out on the board and leave the runner on first, and it is now a 6-4 game, excuse me, on the sacrifice fly by Tate Herman out into deep center field.
Now batting for the Patriots, second baseman number 1, Brody Medina.
So as I mentioned, Brody Medina steps up to the plate now. Hudson Stein and Gunnar Majerus and Kane Mathiasen all think that Jet Collins for West Fargo is the real deal. And based on what I've seen from him this summer, I have no disagreement. I have no reason to disagree with those 3 individuals on that statement. He's a very good baseball player, no doubt about it. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one is ripped into left field. Brody Medina will drop in another single, and runners on first and second, and the bats are clicking here for West Fargo in the bottom of the 6th. Minot needs to get that 3rd out here soon, otherwise it could be trouble. 2-run lead, not that difficult to overcome. But if it extends to a 3 or 4-run lead, that could spell disaster here for Minot. They're still in a good position. If they can get that 3rd out without another run crossing the plate, they'll be in a good position moving into the 7th inning here. Right now, West Fargo just trying to add insurance run after insurance run. 1 ball, no strike here to Luke Finn. He's 0 for 1. This is his 2nd plate appearance as he came in to replace Hudson Dinger on the DH spot of the lineup when they made the pitching change that moved Luke Finn out into left field. 1-1. A little high, and it was just barely a little high. Any lower, and that would have been a strike. 2-1. Jim, that absolutely was a smart play by the shortstop to get that lead runner heading into 3rd out. Two balls and 2 strikes here to Luke Finn. And that was, I think, Thunder. And that one is going into shallow left, and the catch is made there by Oliver DeChamp. We do have some storm clouds coming in from the 3rd base left field side, and as I look, it would cross home plate and head off to the right side of home plate in theory, but I thought I maybe heard some thunder a little bit ago, and so we'll see here what they do. West Fargo Patriots are coming out onto the field, so it looks like we're good at the moment. We should be able to finish this one up. We'll see if that weather plays a role in the next two games or not. 6 complete. We go to the top of the 7th. Minot needs 2. Otherwise, this thing's over. We'll see if they can get those 2 or possibly even more when we return after this. Stay tuned.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
All right, so here's the deal. There, during the commercial break, there was lightning spotted. So we're in the top of the 7th. This game, they're going to try and finish it. Where the lightning was at, it shouldn't affect this particular game here, unless the lightning comes from the other part of the storm. Then it probably would. But so there is lightning in these storm clouds rolling in, and a strike is called there. But we shall see if we get through the top of the 7th or not. Right now, Minot needs 2 runs to force the bottom half of this inning, and there's another lightning strike. But like I said, they're definitely aware of it. They're gonna try and get this one finished here and worry about it for the next game. Little grounder right back to Huzar, and he will walk it halfway and toss it the other half. And that's 1 out. And we got a very nice breeze that would suggest that a storm is rolling in. The breeze feels nice, but what comes after that breeze probably won't be. So we'll see if these two teams play in a storm or if this one ends. Fly ball center field. And it's caught there by Tate Herman, the right fielder. And that's out number 2. But it has become dark very quickly here. And you can hear the wind gusts picking up. Swinging a maybe tap foul. Either way, it's a strike. And there's another lightning strike, and that wind is really picking up now. Like I can barely hear myself in my headphones. I think that was a strike. No, he didn't call it a strike. 1-1. Must have been a little bit high. Some people are starting to get up and move to where they feel it might be a little bit safer. Can Huzar throw it over and end this game? Yes, he can. And that is your final score. The West Fargo Patriots pick up a 6-4 victory over the Minot Vistas in another great baseball game. So the next game is scheduled for 4:30. And they just announced a 4:30 start. That should give this storm some time to move through. We're going to pack up and make sure that our equipment's not in any danger so that we can bring you the next game. And that will do it. We will look at the bracket in the pregame of the next game due to the fact that I don't know what this weather's doing. So we will look at the bracket then. We hope that you tune back in. And thanks for everybody who chimed in on the chat. Thanks for everybody who watched. And congratulations to the Patriots. The Vistas, it's double elimination. They still got another game to play. They played very well in this game, but the Patriots played a little bit better in this one. 6-4 your final, and we'll talk to you again here in just under 2 hours, fingers crossed, depending weather pending.
The proceeding has been a copyrighted presentation of MSPN Digital Television. Follow us online by searching MSPN-DTV on YouTube and X to find broadcast schedules, on-demand broadcasts, and more. Thanks for watching MSPN Digital Television.